Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will continue with our Tesla technical analysis and see where the stock might end for the week. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. If you have not already, check out my Patreon page where I share regular analysis on Tesla and a few other stocks as well. I put the link down below if you guys are interested to check that out. Thank you very much, and let's get right into chart analysis. So here's the daily chart for Tesla. At the time of this recording, it is 12:20 Pacific Standard Time or 3:20 Eastern Standard Time. So we still have about 40 minutes to go until the end of the trading day. The volume right now is 69%, so it is tracking probably around 75%. It is actually not a terrible volume because the rest of the market volume seems to be low, but it is not fantastic volume either. The good news is that while the stock price is moving almost sideways here, the volume is low, which means that the bullish move has not been reversed, and if anything, this could be considered as a bullish continuation. There are a couple of interpretations based on these two candles here. One interpretation is bullish continuation. The other is a potential reversal, because if you imagine the range that Tesla run from bottom to top yesterday, it almost like a reversal today, except Tesla is still going to end the day hopefully right around 1093, which means that it's not necessarily a complete reversal. In my mind, given the weak volume on a flat day today, I think this is a bullish continuation, although this means that Tesla does have a few hurdles to go through before getting back to the previous high, which was right around 1119 this morning. If you notice the RSI as of yesterday, it was high. It wasn't necessarily overbought, but it was high. So the price action for today, if anything, it kind of relieved the RSI pressure a little bit. So that's not the end of the world. The question now for me is whether or not we have sufficient volume for the run, if any, toward the end of the week, or if traders and institutional investors are out for the rest of the week, which just means that Tesla is going to move sideways from here. I personally think that Tesla will continue its bullish run leading into Friday, because we know that Tesla would most likely release a quarterly delivered result over the weekend. So we are on the 28th today, which is on a Tuesday, and the 31st of December would fall into Friday, so we would not be able to have any kind of result on Friday. However, over the weekend, either the 1st, the 3rd, or possibly the 3rd before market opens, Tesla should announce its Q4 delivery result, which would also conclude the entire year of delivery for Tesla. And so this is a very important number. It is a turning corner for Tesla for all intents and purposes. Analysts will now be able to see if Tesla could deliver on its guidance of a 50% increase in delivery year over year. Quite frankly, I think that is completely achievable, and I think Tesla will come in probably in the 900,000 vehicle delivered. But that is not necessarily a no-brainer for most analysts out there. So they will have to wait for the actual result before adjusting any kind of estimates or upgrade or downgrade accordingly. So I think the announcement has some value to Wall Street, although to the Tesla bulls and to the retail investor communities, that does not have as much value from an informational standpoint, because we each have our projection, and most of us will project anywhere between 800,000 to 1 million vehicles already. Looking at the hourly chart here, you can see that for the most part of today, Tesla has been consolidating around the middle pivot point here, which is right around 1095, give or take. The range for tomorrow is pretty close to today, given that Tesla didn't really have extreme volatility today. So on the upper end, the pivot point is 1139. The middle pivot point is 1198, which is right around where it's at today. And the bottom pivot point is 1098, which also coincides with a previous support that Tesla created. So pivot points are one thing. When Tesla runs, it could bypass all of the pivot points. So these only serve as some sort of a reference for us. It doesn't necessarily guide us on a week that is supposed to be on high volatility, as is the case here with Tesla. So where would we see Tesla from here? If you recall from my previous hourly bull flag, I do believe that Tesla already hit both price targets, namely 1056 and 1100. So Tesla already hit both price target, and now it is consolidating. I think the next price target would have to be on the upside based on the bullish momentum and the fact that Tesla, even on a consolidating and low volume day, it holds its price pretty well. So I think the odds favor the upside right now. Above the upper pivot points here, we have a couple of resistance points. The first is 1145, then 1189. And then we would get into a selling zone between 1209 and around 1240. And then the all-time high is 1243. So the road from here to 1243, in my mind, given that we have potentially good news coming out of Q4 delivery, is pretty clear. In my opinion, although we have quite a few resistance points for Tesla to go through before getting back to previous all-time high, I still think that it could be a smooth ride from here, especially if we see any kind of tweet from Elon Musk that alludes to the fact that we could make a record year if everybody's really putting their 100% effort into the delivery process. For example, that would give traders some hints, and that would give everybody optimism that Tesla would have a phenomenal year this year. Once again, it shouldn't be a surprise to us Tesla bulls, but it does have some value to the vast majority of the investment community out there. On the other hand, I also want to be cautious going into next week. So whether Tesla would announce its delivery result on Sunday, January 2nd or Monday, January 3rd, keep in mind that the stock would tend to sell off regardless how good the news is. So what we're looking at is a potential run up leading into Friday. So I would say the run up could go up until Friday morning. But once the news comes out, Tesla would then relieve all of the buying pressure that it's been having, that it's been accumulating, and potentially move back down. It happens almost every time, so I don't think this could be an exception, right? But we will talk about exception in a little bit. But as a general trend, I do expect Monday is a sell-off day for Tesla after an initial spike. After everybody has crazy optimism about the stock, then it will start selling off. So that is what I'm planning on for trading, although anything could happen, and we will take 1 hour at a time between Friday and Monday. But if you're looking on the downside here, the first step is Tesla would probably retrace back to 50 days SMA, which is this white dotted line here right now at 1047. The next step, Tesla could move down further, and there are a couple of support. One is 1017, and then we would have a mini gap of about $30 from 965 down to 937. Tesla would fill the gap at 937. So it is possible that it could sell the news and get there. But for now, the immediate step I could see is a possible retracement back to 50 days SMA. On the daily chart, we also see a potential bull flag here. So a couple of days ago, we talked about an hourly bull flag with the corresponding price targets of 1056 and 1100, both of which Tesla touch, right? So if Tesla is pulling a daily bull flag here from this point, 8.99, to this point of about 11.10, then the price target could potentially be, price target number one would be right around 11.89, and the second price target would be a new all-time high above 12.43. So for that bull flag to happen, I'd like to see Tesla consolidate for another day or two and potentially fire off again. The timing is a little tricky because we are heading into January 3rd, which has some news to release, but so it's hard to predict what Tesla will do first. In a no news environment, I would say that Tesla is about to flag a daily bull flag. But because we're heading into news, so we have to take one day at a time. Once again, if Tesla is consolidating right around $1,100 for the next couple of days, chances are it would fire off into Friday. So let's talk about the exception if Tesla doesn't sell off on Monday after Q4 delivery result is announced. It is possible that it does not sell off, and it is possible that it would run up a little bit. In my opinion, it would probably stay sideways with a mini gap up on Monday. Now, if Tesla does not move down after the initial move up and it stay kind of hanging sideways for a day or two, that could be extremely good news. That also depends on the number of vehicles delivered for Q4. And it also depends on the guidance for 2022 in order for us to decipher whether or not Tesla stock could continue to go up from there. I would say the probability for a consolidation is probably only about 30%. I would still assign 70% probability into a sell-off. It might be one of those days that I might not trade and I'll just observe, and I would place the trade toward the end of the day. But keep in mind, selling off is not uncommon for Tesla on the days of the news. So long story short, if you plan on trading on Monday, I would err on the side of Tesla going down after the initial spike. If you want to trade a little bit longer term, I would wait until Tesla decides an ultimate direction on Monday, which is closer to the end of the day on Monday or early Tuesday morning, before making that swing trade. So I'll be ready to update you guys a little bit more toward the end of this week and over the weekend. But if you have any questions, comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your question. I also answer regular questions on my Patreon page as well as update on a regular basis for all of my patrons there. So this is it for this video. Thank you very much for paying attention thus far, as well as supporting the channel. The channel has been experiencing a lot of growth over the last few months, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for your support. If you have questions, concerns, comments, constructive feedback, feel free to comment down below, and I will be sure to address that. Thank you once again, and until the next video. Bye.